Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to what is pretty much a box. I'm currently in London watching some shows, and obviously when I see a show I have to come back and talk about it. So we are going to be in this space for a few videos soon, including this one. This is for She's Lost the Programme. The enormous Crocodile, currently playing at the Regent's Park Open Air Theatre. So if you want to know my thoughts and feelings on this show, stick around and we'll get into it in 2 whole seconds. So yeah, we're back with another review, just like with the last video I did, which was for Be More Chill, should I say. This is not going to have the 2 video system that we're used to on this channel. If you've not been here before, basically for every show that I like to see, I'll like to do 2 videos. Firstly, the nervous guide, which is everything you need to know before you get into the show, and then the second video is the review video, where we talk about things I've enjoyed, things I want to talk about, creative side, cast side, things I enjoyed basically. But I've decided not to do that for this show because I want to get this video out quite quickly, and 2, there isn't a lot of content / sensory warnings for you in this, because this show is based on a Roald Dahl book. It's not a Roald Dahl I know well, just going to throw that out. But yeah, it's a Roald Dahl film, so there is a little bit of not nice character. There's a bad character. Is it really bad? I don't know. But there is a message behind it. There is no massively loud noises. One thing to be aware of is that there are cast kind of circling around the auditorium space at the Regent's Park Open Air Theatre, and if you are in the front bit of the arena, if you will, there is the possibility of cast coming past you, and they kind of come out the bushes a couple of times, but it's nothing to be scared of. They are these larger than life characters in amazing costumes, not anything that's gonna go through. Okay, nothing really to warn you about in regards to content and sensory things. Like I said, no noises, and the bonus of this show being outside is that the lighting used is not massively obvious, especially because I believe the showings of this show, if you will, are 10 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I think. Please don't quote me on that. But enough of me rambling on, let's get into the show. Basically, I wanted to see this show because I'd heard friends who've already seen it in past productions sing its praises and tell me how amazing it was and how funny it was. And the chance to go and watch it for Theatre and Tonic popped up. So I took a gifted ticket for this show, thus it will say somewhere around, whether it be in the description or in the insert words into my mouth here please, in the title, that this is a gifted ticket for a fair review for Theatre and Tonic. This is just my thoughts and feelings and blah blah blah. You know how I feel and how I talk in videos. But yeah, this show is based on the Roald Dahl book of the same name. It is a 55-minute all the way through, no interval show. Probably should have mentioned that but I didn't. But it does, however, in that 55 minutes include amazing puppetry, beautiful costumes, a great story, some kind of catchy songs, and a lot of fun, and a few farts and fart jokes. And if I said this to my friend upon leaving, if you can't enjoy a fart joke, I can't be friends with you. There, I said it. Creatively, like I said, it's very clever. The book writer and lyricist for this show is, I'm probably going to butcher this, so apologies, but I've got it as Sahela El-Bushra. Apologies, like I said, if I've got it wrong. And also the composer, who is Ahmed Abduali Galab. Again, probably butcher those names, truly apologise. In fact, I will try and write them underneath as I'm saying them. But together they have made a accessible show in that you can be 3, 33, 83 and still enjoy. There is audience participation, there is the chance to throw things at stage, and by things, foam monkey nuts, which you think, oh yeah, that sounds brilliant, give it to the people in like the first few rows. No, no, no. Every child that walks into that show is handed a foam monkey nut. It's about yay big, and it doesn't look like it will cause too many problems until they say, right children, you can throw them now. I definitely got pelted by a few. I did also throw one because I wanted to get into the spirit of things. That's the only reason why. But it was very fun and very snappy and just brilliantly done. Speaking of things that have been brilliantly done, I want to mention the set and the costume, which has been designed by Fly Davis, and also the puppets, which have been designed by Toby Ollie, which were both amazing. Literally, when you think that one puppet is going to be the best puppet, the next one comes out. From the moment the show begins and there are these little tiny bugs on sticks and you're like, oh, adorable, and then the birds turn up and you're like, okay, that is amazing, and then the monkey, and then the crocodile, and then the elephant. There is such a multitude of puppets and they're all brilliantly done and stunningly made, and I just loved it. This show is performed by 5 cast members, each of which, I think, apart from the person who is the enormous crocodile, has a multitude of roles. So let's talk about the enormous crocodile first. They are played by Taya Ming. I really enjoyed her vocals throughout the show. I thought they were stunning. I really enjoyed her character, and the fact that as basically as the crocodile gets more and more hungry, she gets a little bit more evil. And the teacher crocodile moment was a favourite of mine. Also, we had playing Mugglewump the monkey. Amongst others, we have Siobhan Athwal. Probably pronounced that incorrectly, to truly apologise. I really enjoyed the character of Mugglewump. Siobhan also plays the teacher, the human teacher, if you will, and other things. And I just enjoyed the variety of characters that Siobhan portrayed, if you will. And the fact that every single one had a slightly different costume. I'm like, how many costumes are you going through in one show? And this is to the entire cast. Plus, they all are slightly different, or they all have a slightly different attachment. And I'm like, you're hardly off, and still these different costumes keep appearing. That's like, it's amazing. The role of Rumpy the hippopotamus is played by Ryan Crellin Simpson, who I believe I read in the gorgeous little program slash colouring book slash poster, yes. This is his second show after graduating, which is always exciting when you see new talent fresh out of university. I enjoyed Humpy Rumpy as a character. His main issue as a character is that he is a nervous hippopotamus, and when he gets nervous he has a nervous belly, and we've all been there. It's amusing, and every child, whether they be young or old, loves a fart. Completing the cast, we had Chunky the elephant, who's played by Nia Stephen. I really enjoyed her in the role of Chunky. Chunky has a moment where she is on stage by herself and her vocals were insane at that point. I really enjoyed them. And then we also have Alison Arnott, who plays the roly-poly bird, amongst others, and I really enjoyed the wide range of accents Alison goes through in the show. They were all excellent, top-notch. I always enjoy a regional accent in a show because it just gives everyone a little bit of something different and something distinguishable, I suppose. Especially when there's only 5 characters or 5 humans playing a multitude of characters. Having something that distinguishes who's whom, what's what, is always helpful. Every single member of the 5 were brilliant and top-notch, and all the positive superlatives that I can think of. Like I said, this show is 55 minutes long, no interval, so you are in, you sit, you engross, you go home. Glorious. Kind of feels a little bit panto-y in that you have the call and response and such, but I think this is like the perfect little introduction to theatre for any person, whether it be a small child or a grown-up who maybe has not discovered theatre yet. There are some out there. For example, in our audience there was babies, toddlers, school children, and they all had a great fun, whether it be throwing the monkey nuts or trying to make them all go into the little pool at the front of the stage. That's just in my section. But yeah, I really enjoyed this show. It was a little bit something different from the last show I saw and the next show I'm seeing tonight. But yeah, it's such fun, as Miranda would say, and it is at the Regent's Park Open Air Theatre until the 7th of September. So before the kids go back, I would suggest getting a ticket to see the show. But that is it for this video. I'm going to leave it here and say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. All that's left to say is the usual, which is so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and goodbye. Bye.